Hello. Welcome to another episode of Texas Strip Club's Uncensored podcast. I'm DJ Jack, and I'm going to be your host for today. Well, today's topic does not come from me. It comes from my friend Adrian. I like to talk to my friends, and I like to talk about subjects that I think would be interesting. Now, I have plenty of ideas, but like I said, I want to hear what my friends, especially those that hear the podcast, think. Now, she was talking about a subject that I did not consider. It was how to be a good customer. Now, this subject is versatile. We're not just talking about strip clubs. We're talking about bars. We're talking about restaurants. We're talking about how not to be a Karen. Okay? Those Karen memes are real. Okay? They are bad customers. And people in the service industry remember bad customers just as well as they remember good customers. And you want to be a good customer. Why? Because they'll treat you better. They'll remember what you like. Okay? You want it to be like that TV show Cheers, where everybody knows your name. And when you walk in the door, you want it to be like, Norm! If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please look it up. Cheers is a great TV show. Anyway, back on track. We want you to be a good customer, okay? This is from me, who has worked in the service industry since I was 18 years old. Okay, I'm telling you, these are great things for you to know, okay? Whether you go out to a bar, a restaurant, or a strip club, please take this to heart. I'm trying to give you great information so that way when you come back, people treat you better because they know you are not a Karen. So, let's start where it's most important. Tipping. Okay? Tipping. For those of you that don't know, which means that you obviously don't pay attention to the world or anything, you're blind to literally all the news that has ever been put out in existence. But tipping is not something you choose to do, it's something you should do. Why? Because you want good service. Okay, let's begin with that. You want good service. Okay, and if you want shit service, you're gonna go to McDonald's, where you could go and order the exact same thing every fucking day and they will get it wrong. Okay? You can order a Big Mac and they will forget the sauce. You can order a Big Mac the next day and they will forget the fucking lettuce. You can order a Big Mac and yes, this actually happened. They forgot the fucking patties. How do you forget the patties in a Big Mac when you go to McDonald's for a fucking Big Mac which has meat patties? This is something that actually happened. If you want shit service, you go to a place like McDonald's. You could go to fucking Jack in the Box. The list goes on. Fast food is affordable. It's made fast. But is it good service? No. No, it's not. It isn't. It's not supposed to be great service. It's supposed to be cheap and it's supposed to be slightly decent. Therefore, you don't have to tip anybody. But if you go to a nice sushi restaurant, a P.F. Chang's, a nice Italian place, you want to go to a steakhouse, you're going there not just for great food. You're going there for great service. Let me say that again. You're not just going there for great food, you're going there for great service. When you go to a great bar, when you go to a good bar and your bartender remembers you, knows what you like, knows what you don't like, hey, you might be the type of guy that likes ice in their beer. Yes, there are those type of guys. They want ice in their beer. Hey, free country. Let them do what they want. And they remember that. Tip them. Tip them. Okay, guys? Bartenders, waitresses, servers, they should be tipped. They are providing you with the service. And if you think, nah, they get paid to be here. No, they get paid $2.13 an hour. Sometimes bartenders get $3.50. Sometimes waitresses get $3.50. But most of the time, they get $2.13. And you know what that does? That barely covers taxes. I've been in the service industry since I was 18 years old, and I loved the service industry. I do. I treat everybody who I go to the service industry to the same caliber that I held myself to. So I understand tipping is great when it comes to great service. Okay? Now, I have had bad service. I'm not going to lie. But when I have bad service, I still leave a tip. Not a great tip, mind you, but I do leave something because I do understand that they are putting work in. Okay? I don't put as good of a tip as I normally would. But tipping, guys, at bars, at restaurants, in strip clubs, is a necessity. If you do not tip, stay home. You are going there for atmosphere, for service, for a good time. So please understand, tipping is important. If you don't want to tip, stay home. Go up to your refrigerator and get yourself a beer. Go to H-E-B and get yourself a little Hungry Man dinner and enjoy it. Because if you're not going to tip, that's all you deserve. Okay? So if you're going to go out to a good place, to a good bar, to a good strip club, tipping is not an option, it's a requirement. Don't be cheap, because if you are, they're going to avoid you like the plague. Your service is going to fucking drop. Somebody might accidentally scratch their ass and slip their finger into your food. And I'm not saying I've seen it, and I'm not saying I've done it. I've seen it and I've done it. Anyway, we'll keep moving on. Tipping is not optional. Must be done if you want great service. Alright. Moving on to the next subject at hand. Guys, know what you want. Okay, if you go to a bar and you know you're a Miller Lite type of guy, you like Miller Lite, or you're the type of guy that likes peach schnapps, whiskey, vodka, tequila, and that's your thing, order it. But understanding, like when you go to a restaurant and you make 4 people wait for you while you examine every single item on the menu, you not having a clue what you like slows down everything. People hate, I specifically do, when I go to a restaurant and somebody has to examine the entire menu. The entire menu. Why? If you're not a fish guy, why are you looking at all these fish dishes? Okay? Understanding. You have to have an idea of what you want. If you go to a steakhouse, obviously you want a steak. So check out the steaks. Okay, they'll tell you what kind of sides you can get. They'll tell you what kind of salads you can get. But focus on steak. New York strip. You want a bone, ribeye, whatever you want. Have a clue. You went to that specific place. You got to know what you want. You went to a bar. Hey, man, you want a shot and a beer. You know what kind of shots you like. And why am I bringing this up? Man, I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. Because what I hate, and what every server and what every bartender hates, is when somebody goes somewhere and suddenly decides, and I remember every time this happened, every time, somebody at the table would be like, oh my God, let's try this. Now, is it bad to try new things? No. All I'm saying is that if you're the type of person that's like, you know what, I want to try a martini. Do you want a gin martini or do you want a vodka martini? Do you want it clean or you want it dirty? Do you even like olive juice? Those are the kind of things you have to keep in mind if you want something like a martini for the first time. Do you even like gin? Do you want vodka? How do you want it? I've been working at many restaurants where somebody at some time, it happened at least once a week, was like, we're going to try all these different cocktail drinks. And they weren't easy to make. You know, suddenly like the bartenders, okay, I got to make this Maui tea. I've got to make a lemon drop. I've got to make apple martinis. I've got to make a Singapore sling. They got to make all this shit. And you know what they're doing? They're slowing everything down. Everybody who's like, oh, at your table, oh, I just want a glass of the house red. Next person, oh, I just want a glass of the house white. And you're the idiot going, I want to try these 12 mixed drinks to see if I like them. The bartender has to make all these drinks. You're slowing everything down for your friends. You're slowing everything down for everybody. Because if there are a lot of mixed drinks and they're not like, oh, Jack and Coke, that's a mixed drink, but it's not the same thing. Okay, if you order something like a Harvey Wallbanger, that shit's not easy and quick to make. It takes time. You will slow everything down. So guys, have an idea of what you want. This is the digital age. In my hand right now, I am holding my cell phone. In my cell phone, I can look at restaurants that I want to go to. I can look at the menus. I can look at the drink menus, and I suggest you do the same thing, because if you don't know what you want, you are slowing everything down, not just for you, but for your friends as well. And if you're slowing it down for the bartender, and you're slowing it down for the waiter, who has to wait for your drinks, because they've got to take them to you, they had to take them to you, and then it takes longer for them to put your food order in, it takes them longer for them to put somebody else's food order in, it's just takes up time. And if you're going to do that, you better tip well. Okay? If you're going to be like this one woman that I worked at a P.F. Chang once, she wanted to try every specialty drink that we had. All of them. It was a shit show. It slowed me down. It fucked up my tips. And this bitch only tipped 10%. And I remember that specifically, and I will never forget her face. Okay? I guarantee you, if I go back to the Rio Grande Valley and I see her, I will know that's the bitch that ruined my fucking Friday night. Because she slowed everything down. So guys, have an idea of what you want. If you go to a bar and you are a whiskey guy and you're going to get a drink, don't suddenly start thinking, hey, I want to try something made of gin. Have you even tried gin? It's like with tequilas. Some people who only drink vodka don't drink tequila, but suddenly they want to try a margarita. Understand what kind of tequila you're getting first. Silver, añejo. Guys, please understand. If you're going to try something new, do not go to the extremes. Have an idea of what you want to try. Talk to your friends. Talk to strangers. Ask the bartenders. They will give you ideas about something you might like. So, because if you don't know what you like, you can at least get help to find something that you might enjoy. Okay? So, we've covered tipping, which is very important. We're covered know what you want, which is also very important. Now let's go to the next ones, which is something that I find annoying. Having cash on hand. I know it sounds a little weird. Have cash on hand. Why, guys? I know this is a world of Apple Pay and Venmo and Cash App and PayPal and all the rest of that shit. But understanding cash on hand is very important. Okay? Why? Because machines go down. Your cards have something called a magnetic strip on the back. Okay? A magnetic strip. That magnetic strip can get scratched. Therefore, it ruins the card. It's not readable. Okay? Not every business has an option to take Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Cash App, Venmo, Zeal, or whatever the hell they're called nowadays. Okay? Not every business will take it. Okay? Strip clubs included. Because of the new tax laws, strip clubs don't want to take PayPal and Venmo and Cash App. Why? Because it all has to be reported. It all has to be reported, and it makes it harder on the strippers. Especially because with all these new rules, I guarantee you, audits are going to follow. Audits are going to follow. Let me repeat that one more time. Audits are going to follow. So guys, understand, sometimes businesses don't want to take your Cash App. They don't want to take your Venmo. They might not even be set up for Apple Pay or Samsung Pay or whatever new apps you have on your phone where you can just be like, boop, it's paid. No, they don't have that. And sometimes card readers go down. Having cash on hand might sound stupid to you. But let me tell you, nobody in this world ever went to an ATM, got 5 20s, put them in their back pocket, and suddenly went, my back, my back, my back. 5 20s in your back pocket is not going to hurt your back. It's not going to kill you. You're not going to have a heart attack from being overworked, from having to carry all that money in your back pocket. It's not going to hurt you. You know what it is going to do? If there's a problem with your cards, or they don't take your Cash App, and they don't take your Apple Pay, and all the rest of that shit, you have cash on hand. Cash is king. Cash is king. Okay? That has been a saying for a long time. Because people always had sayings about cash. I got cash on the barrelhead. People used to make deals on top of barrels. I swear to God. They used to put these big barrels down on the ports. And guys used to haggle their deals over a barrel. And they would always put the cash down. And that's where the term cash on the barrelhead comes from. That's why cash is king. They've always had sayings about cash. Cash is important. Why am I repeating myself so much? Because do you know how many times a week at a strip club I see some idiot that has a card that has a bad magnetic strip, or he's offering to pay with Apple Pay? Where can I tap my phone so I can pay? We don't have that set up. Why? Because we don't. You're supposed to have cash. So please understand, cash is king. Have cash on hand. It's not going to kill you to have it in your back pocket. Okay? Man, I hate having those stupid conversations. So please understand, have cash on hand. Now, let's get to another. Now, these two subjects are together, but they're separate. Bars are crowded. Okay? Let me get started with that. Bars are crowded. And people have accidents. People bump into you. People accidentally step on your shoes. People accidentally spill a drink on you. It's not personal. It just happens. Recently, I decided to go sing karaoke. I was at a bar. Two guys were sitting side by side because the bar was packed cover to cover. And anyway, so one guy picked his hand up, was talking to somebody else, and accidentally put his hand down on top of the man who was next to him, who was sitting next to him. The guy got upset. Why the hell are you touching me? Blah, blah, blah. Guys, bars and restaurants get crowded. Accidents happen. Let it go. Do not be a Karen when you're trying to have a good time. If somebody bumps into you, let it go. It happens. It happens. If your shoes are that important to you, do not wear them to a restaurant or bar that can get crowded because somebody, I will say it again, will accidentally step on your shoe. And if you're going to get into a fight over your pair of shoes, you are a stupid piece of shit. Let it the fuck go. As I have told many a stripper who has worn a Louis Vuitton bikini to a strip club and then got mad because somebody spilled a drink on it. Bitch, you're at a strip club. If it's that fucking expensive, don't wear it anywhere that's going to get crowded. It's going to get messy in bars and restaurants. They get messy. Don't wear it if you're worried about it getting ruined. Go have a good time. Okay? Unless you're going to go to the Rainbow Room in New York City. That's 5 fucking stars and a year-long wait. Do not wear anything expensive that might get ruined because bars and restaurants get crowded and you have to let little incidences. Let me repeat that. You gotta let little incidences, and for those of you that don't know what the word means, incidences means shit happens. So if shit happens, let it go. Please don't start any fights. Let shit go. Okay? Crowds happen at good places. So please, let it go. Alright? Places get crowded. Accidents happen. Let it go. Do not be a Karen. Alright. Last one, and this is very important. I know that some people come to see me when I go to work at the strip club. I have friends that go see, they're oh, my friend Sarah's bartending. Let's go over here. Oh, my friend Marcy, she's waitressing over here. I mean, I understand. You want to go see their friends while they're working. But if they're working, let them work. Let them work. Okay? Very clear. Let them work. Okay? I have gone to many a bar, many a place, and to see certain bartenders. I have gone to many a place to see certain people because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go hang out. I wanted them to shoot the shit with me. But I understand they're working. Am I going to get upset because they're working? No. They're working. I'm going to say it again. Why do I get upset that they can't hang out with me? I'm at their job and they're working. Let them work. You cannot and should not force yourself on waitresses and bartenders who are trying to do their job. I know you want to have a good time. Just like when my friends show up and they want to hang out with me in the DJ booth, and I'm like, okay, you have to understand, I'm at work. I have to do shit. If I stop paying attention to you, it's because I'm at my job. And I want to hang out with you. I want us to have a good time. But I'm at work. And work comes first. So let them do their job. Okay? And because right before I said all that, we had just talked that good restaurants and good bars and good strip clubs all get crowded. And if they're getting crowded, that means your friends who are at their job get busy. You got to let them work. Okay? It's good to come and be supportive and give them money and because you want to have a good time. But I'm going to repeat myself one more time. You want to have a good time, but they're at work. So let them work. And that, my friends, is a way to be a good customer. Because I understand that you want to go see your favorite bartenders, your favorite waitresses. I get all that. I understand you want to have a good time. I understand that you might want to try new things. I understand that you might be set in your ways of using Venmo, Cash App, and your credit cards, but you might not even be used to tipping. And if that latter one is you're a piece of shit. Start tipping. Start tipping now. Learn what 20% is and do it. Hell, no. Learn what 25% is and do it. I know. All of this might seem a bit much. But my friend Adriana is right. Some guys, some women are not good customers. Because they don't understand these rules. I hope that you will share this podcast with them. And tell them, listen to this. This will help you be a better customer. So when we go out, we can have a better time. Speaking of which, I need you to share, like, and subscribe my YouTube channel so that way you can see every time I upload a new video. Normally, I upload a video either Sunday or Monday of every single week, and I'm trying to put out other videos in the middle of the week. But as life does happen, it happens. But I'm doing my best. Soon I'm going to be traveling to Corpus Christi. Two of my friends have agreed to be on my podcast, and we're basically just gonna shoot the shit and spend all day talking about podcast, talking on the podcast about all the shit we've been through, and I'm gonna put those out over time. So really, thank you for listening today. Please share, like, and subscribe, as I said, because how else are you gonna find me? All right, but if you can't, to hell with it. All right. Only if you can be bothered to, but I hope you can. All right. Thank you for listening to my ramblings, and I hope to see you again. Peace.